If you are looking for a shift in your relationship, you are in luck because the White Rabbit card indicates that, like Alice in Wonderland, you might find yourself in a completely new situation really soon. So let's see what the universe would like to say about this situation for you. Well, do you have two suitors? Because both of these kings shown up, the Earth King, the King of Pentacles, and the Fire King, the King of Wands. So that is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius for fire and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for Pentacles. Now, it just can be passion and more practical. So these kings might be embodied in one person, but look at this. The balancing act came out with it. So you might be facing a choice between two energies here. And if that seems ludicrous, let's see what the universe wants to say about this. Well, I was asking for clarification on the temperance exactly, and look, you are showing up as the Nine of Pentacles, happily single in your very pleasant garden, very fruitful garden, not really looking, not needing anything. And the Empress, which is the higher vibe of this, where you are just sitting pretty and surveying your options really, and attracting in the best possible suitor for you. So this says you are holding all the cards really. And so you don't want to relinquish this really content single life just in an ill-considered manner. So it feels like the universe really wants you to value yourself, keep hold of that value, and not to entertain any kind of offer that isn't worthy of you. Well, let's look at these two individuals separately here and see what the universe can illuminate for us that might help you know what to look out for, say. We'll start with the King of Pentacles. What's the energy around the King of Pentacles for you? And the King of Wands. Well, this is very interesting. There are pluses and minuses for both of these energies, which makes sense. We've all got our pluses and our minuses, right? So the King of Pentacles, this is earth sign energy. They are really quite serious. They seem to be offering sort of more of a commitment. They might be a bit old-fashioned. And there is something here about whether they are a rewind from someone from your past for the Chariot in reverse, or they could be, there's something wrong with the way they want to move forward too quickly, or maybe they seem to be reversing from you. So there is a bit of a question mark here about this Chariot card because it's in reverse, and it came out with the baggage indication. So there might be just some handbrake about them moving forward. They have some baggage to clear up. They don't have this unimpeded straight line towards you, but they do seem to be wanting to do things by the book. And so maybe there is just something to clear up here. But there is a way around whatever this issue is. It will require new thinking, inventive solutions. Maybe there's distance between you physically and you kind of figure out a regime of how we keep in touch, how we nurture a relationship despite living apart. Or there is just some other issue that needs a little bit of creative brainstorming to figure out a way through. Now, with our King of Wands, he is showing up equally as officially, if you like. So both kings have something big they want to offer you, and this seems to be true partnership that the King of Wands is after. But look, he's got his own fears here holding him back. You may have even had some issue with him in the past and it's sort of left a bit of a bitter taste or a bad taste, and there might be some repairs that need to be made. And you might be wondering, well, can this be fixed? But there are very deep feelings here that are going to be evoked or that they carry for you. And so this is very much about, can the repairs be made here? Can we fix this? And it seems to be quite a bit about their fears or their negative beliefs, Maybe they are judging themselves for breaking this in the past. Let's see what the universe has to offer you in terms of advice here. Haha, I love this trio of cards. Look, this feminine energy came out again, and it is just really bringing to mind the Empress energy of really remember who you are, stay in your power, and stay in the feminine energy of receiving rather than chasing. So just sit on your throne and just allow things to unfold, because the answers you need are coming. So let things play out slowly. Gemini there is all about news and information. It is about conversation. So don't be in a hurry to narrow down your options here. And just remember that you can manifest whatever you desire. So really don't let your doubts and fears like the spider get in the way here. If you can banish the spider, you can manifest your desires. And the Empress really is all about sitting back and manifesting. So this is not about taking hasty action. It is about letting things play out. Let the two energies approach you as they will, without you chasing. And yeah, it's like being quite passive there, and in a not an arsehole way, and not like in a disinterested, uninterested way, where you're being cold. This is being warm and abundant, but just not grasping, not urgent, and just trusting that you will manifest the right energy for you, because they both seem equally matched. And if they're both interested in you, it feels like there's not going to be a wrong decision, but there will just be one that sits better with you and with how you would like your life to unfold. So for the King of Pentacles, lack of faith, leaving you out in the cold has been one of their biggest regrets, which has made them lose hope in a situation. So that might be the difficulty there with the Chariot, meaning they can't move forward in the way they want to. They have baggage. Both of these kings have baggage. So the King of Wands, now this is interesting. The Children card came out for an influence on them. So the card reads, children are affecting this connection. Be patient and allow them to resolve things for the highest good of all. Quite often this card means to me issues stemming from childhood, if actual children are not in the mix here, causing them to think about this very carefully. So yeah, there might be just something, some old issue, some old belief that they are carrying about themselves that is the handbrake here. Maybe they are naturally disinclined to open up their heart for fear of being hurt, for example. Let's grab a couple more cards for each of the energies here. This is interesting. So the King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, they might be really quite slow to act here, or you might have to really read the fine print to read between the lines about what's going on. Their energy is showing up as quite aloof. They are a bit of a lone wolf, and that might be a bit of a stumbling point for them. Remember, this motorbike came out with a Chariot in reverse, so they might have to be willing to give up this motorbike and turn it upside down to stick around for you. Are they able to do that? Are they able to put away their independent, ultra independent ways to really give this a good solid go? So maybe that's what the Chariot card is doing in reverse here. But you might need to really read between the lines here and see what's going on. Now with the King of Wands, remember we had this sort of broken situation that needed repair, and a lot of fears that are sort of keeping them immobilized. And look at this, there's a roadblock there. So this could be their internal fears, but they are also very poetic, and they do kind of spin the dream of the fairy tale romance. So can they bring the fairy tale romance into reality? Can they jump over this? Can this unicorn jump over the roadblock to get to the good stuff? That seems to be the question here. So bear that in mind. And if you would like your own personal reading on these two energies or on the two energies in your life, go to my website, abundancelovejoy.com. I'd love to do a reading for you. But meanwhile, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love, and joy. Remember, you can manifest the relationship you want. So stay on your throne and call it in.